My name is Craig Cook, coming to you from Losses Craig L. Cook, and I want to talk to you about family law issues. Most of the time what I'm talking about is a marital situation that's gone bad, or if you have a child with another person whom you're not married. Some of this also gets into guardianships, those type of things. The main nexus of all of this, or the main focus of all of this, is in regards to the children. Now, in some instances, when you get divorced and you have no kids and you're fussing and fighting over the property, that's a different deal. But this is kind of going to be talking about the children. So the first thing is always consider best interests of your child. Your best interest is not always the best for your child. I've been in practice probably 32, 33, 34 years, depending on which state you look at when I became licensed. And we have a lawyer in the office here that basically primarily handles this. But when we have these type of cases, you have a situation where the parents need to understand that what works best for them is not always best for the child or children. In other words, you need to put their interests ahead of yours. An example, if a child is in a travel softball team or a travel basketball team, and it's during the summer, even during school, and that child has a game that they're going to be going to or supposed to be going to during your visitation, if you're not the non-custodial parent, or you're sharing joint custody and you're not the primary parent, or you have joint custody and it's your week, then you need to make sure that child goes to these events. Because if you don't take the child to those events, then it adversely affects the child. That's what we're talking about. Some other instances is if you were to ask for joint custody, the child's in a certain school, for instance, they're in Fort Smith Southside and you live in Waldron. Okay, is it really sufficient or viable for you to transport that child if you take the child to Waldron every day to Fort Smith Southside if the other parent is living in the Fort Smith Southside school district? No. So you need to think about that. Those are some things to think about. That's what we're talking about. Next, don't let your emotions get the better of you. Think before you act and maintain open communication. No mean comments about or to the other parent in any form, which can be text messages, emails, or social media. We see this all the time, is people will just say the nastiest things in the world on a text message, email, or post their whole life events on Facebook or other Instagram. Don't do that. Keep it to yourself. If it makes you feel better, type it out, then you delete it. Do not send that out for the whole world to see, and do not send it out that the other side can use it against you in court. But more importantly, don't send it out. Don't do it, because you don't want this to be thrown back up in your face as long as you have children with the other side, until the child gets 18 or even beyond. Either write it out on a piece of paper and then throw it in the trash, or type it out and then delete it. Just don't send it. Just don't. Okay, the next point we want to talk about is document everything involving your child. And what we mean by that is, if you've got a situation where you see some type of irregularity that the other side is engaging in, burns, injuries, etc., document that. You know, at the time you see it, may not be at a big scale, but if it continues to get more and more and worse, then maybe you want to contact your attorney at that time, but until you contact your attorney, document all those things. And then also, if perhaps you're the non-custodial parent and you continue to try to contact and have contact with the child, and the custodial parent does not let you have contact, then make sure you make a notation of that. Obviously, used to back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, you didn't have a way of recording that. Now you can just simply pull up your phone messages or phone bill to be able to see when you called, and the call didn't go through and has the number usually. The next one is what I really harp on, and really you can't do, and people do it every single day. Do not involve your children or child in a divorce or custody case. Seems simple enough, you would think. Seems like that's something you just don't do, but you will not believe how many folks will get the child involved. Like, go tell mommy so-and-so, or go tell daddy this, or where's mommy at now? Where's daddy at now? Where's he been? Or I'm not gonna pay her child support, so she just goes to the honky tonk and does X, Y, and Z, or goes and sees that boyfriend. Don't go there. Stop it. Don't do it. If you're asked about something about mama or daddy, Make it as general and clean as possible without casting dispersions or being mean about them, because that is your baby boy or baby girl's parent. That is their other half. And at one time you thought enough of them to marry them or engage in activity with them to produce this child. So don't do it. Just your life will be much easier, much better, and a lot smoother if you resist the temptation to say things bad about the other side. Keep that out of the child's ear. Here's another biggie that I scratch my head on all the time, and people continue to do it, and I don't understand why, but they do. It introduces a lot of mental instability into the children. Don't introduce your child to new romantic partners. This will maintain a sense of stability in your child's life. It never ceases to amaze me that a person will get separated from either a wife or husband or a person they've had a child with, and it ain't 30 days till they're out running around all over the place with another person. Well, that's just not good parenting. That's bad parenting. Don't do it. Try to stay away from those kind of situations. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to that rule. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but there could be exceptions to that rule, especially if there's a reason why you left the other parent, etc., under untoward circumstances, if there's abusive, etc. But generally, don't be introducing the child to romantic partners or people that could be perceived as romantic partners. This goes back with the social media posts too. Don't be putting most social media posts out there with your new Billy Bob or Barbara Sue or whatever. Just stay away from that. Treat your child like you would want to be treated, not putting things in their head, not causing them to have angst about the other parent in regards to now we've got a third person or a third wheel in this relationship, which we just do not need to have. Finally, if you have a situation where you have had a child out of wedlock or you are about to get divorced and you have children with the other parent, even if you believe that it's going to be something you're going to get an agreement on, now in this day and time, getting a divorce is not as simple as it used to be. There's things you got to do for your child support. There's things you got to do in regards to the division of property, and things you got to do in regards to the custody matters. Contact us at the law offices of Craig L. Cook by calling us at 479-783-8000, contacting us through our website, lawofficesofcraiglcook.com, or you can email me directly, Craig at lawofficesofcraiglcook.com. Thank you.